Welcome back to Homestead Healing. My name is Jennifer, and today I'm going to show you how I make my family's homemade yogurt using just 2 simple ingredients and my Instant Pot. So this is the very quick, simple method, very easy, simple method where you don't need to use the boiling part of your Instant Pot for your boiling your milk and then cooling it back down and bringing it back to temperature, because we're going to be using ultra-pasteurized milk instead, which is basically the same thing as boiling your milk again, because you buy regular pasteurized milk and then you boil it again in the Instant Pot, making it ultra-pasteurized. You don't want the cultures from your milk to mess with the cultures in the yogurt, preventing it from turning into yogurt, basically. So we're going to use the organic A2 ultra pasteurized milk from Costco. This is the one I prefer because we just love this yogurt so much, and it is A2 whole milk yogurt. My family just loves this. We go through it so fast, so we have decided to start making it with just a couple of tablespoons of this yogurt and a half gallon of this milk. You can get 8 cups of yogurt. So it makes a lot of yogurt, and this milk comes in a 4-pack too from Costco. If you don't have a Costco or you don't want to buy this milk, you can just buy regular pasteurized milk at your grocery store, the cheaper milk. You will need to boil the milk first, which is just an extra step. Bring it back down to temperature before adding your yogurt to the mix. But this is going to be the quick, simple method. Fairlife milk also works really well. It's also ultra pasteurized, so that is another good option. Fairlife is also ultra filtered, so it actually makes your yogurt come out a little bit thicker, closer to a Greek style yogurt. We love Greek yogurt, but for regular yogurt with granola, we prefer this regular yogurt. It's a little bit thinner consistency. That is what we prefer to eat with berries or granola. Greek yogurt I prefer for smoothies or something else. I just find it a little too thick for eating. But you can also strain your yogurt at the end if you prefer a thick Greek style yogurt with a cheesecloth. That also works really well. So yeah, so let's get into it. Let's get started. So the first step is going to be pouring most of your milk into the Instant Pot. So we're going to go ahead and pour the milk right into the Instant Pot. Not all of it. Sorry. Leave a little bit of milk. We'll do that now. Leave a little bit of milk to pour into a separate bowl that you're going to be mixing your yogurt with. And pour the rest of the yogurt or the milk right into the Instant Pot. Next, we're going to take a couple of tablespoons of yogurt and add it to the smaller cup of milk. So 2 to 3 will work. Let's just do a little more than 2. Just to be safe. Okay, and then you just want to mix this really well until it's nice and smooth. Once that milk is really smooth, we're going to go ahead and add that into the Instant Pot. And that is all. So if you want to give it a little stir, get that stirred in there. That is a good idea. Just stir it a little bit with your whisk. So you are ready to just add your lid on here. You do not need this rubber ring that is inside of your Instant Pot lid. You will want to remove this ring, because if you've been making soups or stews or bone broth, it will make your yogurt taste or smell a little like the food you've been cooking. It really retains those smells. So you don't need it at all. I do have some extra rings for my Instant Pot lid that I have bought on Amazon. And you can use these for making yogurt or other recipes that you don't want to interfere with certain things that you've been making, like beef stews or broths. You could also just use a lid if you have one that fits on your Instant Pot, like this. Instant Pot actually sells a clear glass lid. It's mostly for making yogurt or other recipes where you will not be bringing it to pressure, so you don't need the pressure lid. But today I'm just going to go ahead and use my regular Instant Pot lid without the ring, and I'm going to put this on and close it tightly, just not seal it. Don't worry about sealing it. And I'm going to go ahead and set the yogurt function and leave it. I'm going to leave it at 8 hours. You can change it to 9, 10, 11, or 12 hours, kind of depending on your preference. 8 hours will be more of a mild yogurt. 10 hours, 12 hours will be more of a tangy yogurt. My kids prefer it a little more mild. I like it more around the 10 hours. And it will be slightly thicker too if you cook the yogurt a little bit longer. But we're just going to go ahead and stick with the 8 hours today and see how that comes out. So we'll come back and check on it in 8 hours. Okay, so our yogurt has finished incubating in the Instant Pot. So we're just going to go ahead and turn this to cancel right there. And then we're going to open it up and see how the yogurt looks. So it looks really nice. It's a little runny still. It needs to set. So you don't want to stir it at this point. We're just going to go ahead and cover it with some plastic wrap and put it in the fridge for 4 to 6 hours. So that's what we've got right now. It's firming up, but it does need to set in the fridge. So we'll cover this. Okay, so we have it covered, and I'm going to put it in the fridge for 6 to 8 hours. So we'll check back in the morning and see how it looks and tastes. Okay, so our yogurt has had a chance to set in the fridge overnight, and we have a nice yogurt consistency here. Okay, so you can see it is nice, kind of a thinner yogurt consistency right now, but you can see that it just sticks right here on the spoon. It's nice and thick, not too thick, definitely not Greek yogurt, but a nice consistency. Okay, so I am ready to package this all up for us to use. I like to use these larger size mason jars. They work really well. And I have some little plastic lids that just screw on the top. These are really convenient. I use them all the time. So I got these on Amazon, I believe, and I think they came in like a 10-pack. This is the wide mouth mason jar lid. If you like to have smaller, like individual size portions, you can put them on the smaller size mason jar as well. You could even leave a little space in here so you could add some berries or granola later. And these work great as a little to-go yogurt or just individual yogurts. I love to use those. Or if you want a smaller individual size yogurt, these smaller mason jar jam jars work perfectly. They work great for my kids. You can put little different flavors. You could do strawberry, blueberry, peach, different flavors like that, or just leave room like in the other ones. Add some sweeteners, honey, maple syrup, something like that, and then add some granola or something on top as well, or fruit. So these work great. These have a smaller size lid. I also grabbed a pack of these and they fit perfectly. So got a pack of those and a pack of the large mouth, regular mouth canning jar lids and the wide mouth canning jar lids. So they work really nicely for packaging up the yogurt. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check those out. These little glass containers work really nicely too. Just a glass Snapware container with a lid, you know, round, square, whatever you have. These work really well. A couple of these would probably fit all of this yogurt. So I'm not sure what I'm going to choose today, but I'm going to go ahead and package it up and we'll give it a try. I'm going to go with probably these largemouth mason jars today and see how much we can fill these jars. The consistency is nice. I think I would prefer to probably cook it for a couple more hours, probably closer to the 10-hour spot for a little bit thicker yogurt. You could also strain it with a cheesecloth if you prefer the thicker Greek size style of yogurt. Or using the Fairlife yogurt works really well too if you like a mild flavor but still want it to be a thicker yogurt. The Fairlife milk is ultra filtered and ultra pasteurized, so that is a good way to do like, hold on one sec, do like a 2-hour or an 8-hour incubation and still get the nice mild flavor. So it looks like this is going to fit 2 of these pretty perfectly here. Almost out. Made a little mess. That's okay. Yeah. I'll just throw the extra in one of these. Okay, so that is all of the yogurt. Okay, so we're all done packaging it up, and it pretty much filled 2 of these jars. We just had a little bit left here that we'll use for trying it out, plus probably a little bit more. So I'm gonna pour some out of this jar. And a little bit more. So yeah, it is a little thinner than I usually like it to be. I think I would definitely go with the 10 hours, 10 to 12, just to get it a little thicker than that. But I don't like it really thick, so just a little thicker than that. And I like it a little tangier. My kids like it more mild, so it is kind of all preference here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of some local honey from my kind neighbors, if I can. It's a little kind of sticky here, but we're going to go ahead and just stir that in. It'll be nice. We'll just give that a stir with our spoon. And I'm also going to add a little bit of my daughter's. My daughter now makes this sourdough granola. Actually, I don't think she put sourdough in this one. I think this is just the plain granola. She put pecans and pumpkin seeds, and it is so simple to make. So I will add a little video of her making this at the end of this video if you guys are interested in seeing that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. See how it tastes. Let's try it. Let's stir that honey in there a little bit. It's really good. It's actually pretty tangy. Not super tangy, but the kids will like it. I like it a little tangier than this, but it has a really nice flavor. It's really good. So I hope you guys give this a try. I might add some frozen blueberries for my kids, the little honey, but it's very good. I hope you guys give it a try, and thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and check out the granola video if you guys are interested in learning how to make this granola. Thanks so much. See you guys on the next one. You like it?